There you go.
Cool. We are good to go. Welcome to the hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. We are good to go, and we are looking at the aspects of employers who force employees to bank with banks that they do business with. If I don't have a bank, account with it, why am I forced to have one? Share with us your views on Magic 100 FM's Breakfast Now.
The station that plays today's best music.
She makes it all perfect.
Magic FM 100. For music and sport.
Every 90 minutes. Every tackle.
You always run the risk when you lunge like that.
And every brilliant dribble.
Oh my goodness! To cap it off, a thing of beauty and brilliance from Sudio.
A near miss. Glorious ball.
Surely. That was a goal.
The commentary team only on Magic 100.
In this new world, well, call it new age, nothing beats a great cup of coffee and the best sports analysis in the morning. Sports Series is everything you need to keep up to date with all the sports world. Every Monday to Friday, 10 to midday, only on Magic 100 FM.
What did I do?
Magic 100 feels good. This is independent sound.
GPC has legacy radio stations spread throughout the country to educate, inform, and entertain. Tune into UPC Radio FM 98, your national radio station, Magic 100, where sports and music is all life.
Hey!
Someone's already watching. Me can share this before.
100.5 Nge FM in Kasese, 98.0 West Nile FM in Arua, Total Red Radio FM 90 in Karamoja, and 93.0 Voice of Mundubujo. Now you covered in your local language.
UBC Radios in Spanish.
Missing something in your life? Wake up with us. Good morning. Don't miss the best moments of the biggest mornings. Weekdays from 6.
On the Magic Breakfast. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And keep up with the latest news now.
Magic 100. Feels good.
The hot stock. On Magic Breakfast.
Welcome aboard the hashtag hour of the breakfast show on Magic 100 FM. My name is Tony Kent, and together with Mr. Dennis Obita, we are going to be dissecting a bit of a question, or rather a bit of a problem that so many of you are facing. Some of you in silence, while it's those of you that are already jubilating, it is because you face it and you're hearing the breakfast tackling it right now. You join a company, maybe perhaps you're banking with Obita Bank Limited. When you join Company X, you are forced to bank with Kent Banking Services Limited. Why? Because Company X does banking services with Kent Banking Services, and as such, they can only pay you through Kent Banking Services. The question is it impossible? Does it not happen for us to pay, or for company X to pay you through Obita Banking Services, your initial bank? Why should you be forced to open an account with a bank of the choice of the employer and not your choice? Is it even worth it having more than one bank account? For those of you that know the whole business of maintenance of such a bank account, many of you have suffered the same, and others actually go without salaries not until they have to subscribe to request or the coerciveness of the employers to have a bank account with the banking institution to which the employers subscribe to. Breakfast it is on Magic 100 FM. Hashtag it is as we do get along. 10 o'clock it will be that we shall be signing out. And on 0783 064 530, you have the mantle to share. As I actually bring in Mr. Obita, yesterday historicals were here having a program on UBC, and surprisingly, Mr. Moses Kaziba, he was donned in a very nice suit. He did not even see me. You know where there's money, people tend to go blind.
Yeah, you know,
At least Mr. Matthias Lutuama came through and said hello. We had a moment with former Lieutenant Okello, one of the big guys that started with Foranasa all through to the changes that yielded NRA. But Kaziba could not even see us. I'm wondering, were you as well one of those, or will you as well become like Kaziba when you receive your package eventually?
no, the Kaziba's behaviors. You can't hear even him in your voice. The man when he has money, he's not your friend.
Oh my God.
Okay, so he's on his own class, so you can't debate that.
Okay. Anyway, it is the hashtag we get into. And of course, we've been getting the wars from our people. You know, the cries have been coming, phone calls already. Why are banks forcing, employees to open accounts with I mean, what is the banking policy all about? What does the Employment Act speak and say about this whole thing?
No, generally speaking, your employee, your employer, cannot force you to open your account.
But they are
in any
forcing.
specific bank.
They are forcing them.
Yeah,
Okay, should not.
yeah,
Should not.
they should not and cannot force you to open a bank with them. You can choose your own bank as per your choice. However, for the ease of operation and faster processing of payroll and better monitoring, your employer might ask you to open salary account in any specific bank. That is understandable. And you see, the company must be having a policy of their employees to have their account with their bank for easy transfer of salary and receivable. So that you can open another account for salary credit.
Yeah.
Existing account with some other bank. You can as well continue for other things.
Mr. Bita, just as you break that up, you can actually find the way to them. The funds are actually, the codes are coming through, but let's finish with this story. Okay, I'm working at Magic this year, and maybe they forced me to open an account with the main UBC account, which is UBA. Then I leave Magic and join UPDF. They are forcing me to join Post Bank Uganda. Then I am working with an NGO which perhaps does business with maybe an equity or a bank related to the continent Africa or something. How many bank accounts shall I open and for how long?
For me, I personally do not have any bank account with any bank. I used to have it in those days when I was still at secondary school, but I later closed them. I simply use my cards. So my employer don't require my bank account, they just have to pay money to my pay card. I withdraw my money from anywhere I want.
Okay.
So that I am out of that banking thing. So the people who are in the struggle, you see, I blame this in the employment issue. The
Employment Act?
the thing of unemployment, which is rampant in Uganda. that we bend so low and vulnerable to our companies and listen to them. One, our companies do not give us authorities; they only give us suggestions. They request us to open it to them. One, because in Uganda, when you are banking with one bank and your company is in one bank, what they do is that
it becomes faster.
it becomes very but then, if you're in a different bank, different from that of your employer, what the bank, you'll have to require a national electronic fund transfer.
Yeah.
And in Uganda, we use mostly real-time gross settlement,
which is about 12,000.
Yes. So now
it's chopped off my money or off the company's.
It chops off the company's money, not your money.
Okay.
So your company will have to incur more cost in transferring your account, and yet when you're in the same bank with them,
Wait. Because the things they need to know. EFT means it's instant. So perhaps if the transaction is okayed, authenticated, I receive my money in probably in 2 hours time.
2 hours time.
How about incidences where it is an EFT and you've actually even received the message and it's showing you EFT, transfer, head office, salary, but it's taken you a week and a half,
3 days, even 1 week,
while it's others enjoyed their money and they already have it done.
It takes processes. It is one click and it is done. But then from this bank to this bank, there are verifications between 2 different banks. That takes place. So now it will be very easy for your bank, for your company, to do transaction with one bank that they're okay with.
Yes.
And not only that, the benefit you also get is that when you have your account in your employer's bank,
sister bank,
yes, you can easily, in case you're applying for a loan, you can easily get the loan because your bank is well versed with your employer. So processing that loan thing does not take anything because they already know. But if you're in a certain bank,
they have the history.
Requesting for it, they have to first investigate what your companies are, which
bank
statements they do,
and sometimes opening accounts with them.
As well. Now that becomes another issue. So your employer will want quick things that you bank with them, so that you do not go into that gimmicks of long time serving. Your friends have got money.
Yes,
sometimes, yes.
I'm going to be, interjecting you for the sake of bringing out the life that we want. Someone was denied salary simply because when they joined the workplace they did not have a bank account with a particular bank. The question is, is there no option or alternative to make a person happy? 3 months without salary simply because I am yet to have a bank account with the bank of your preference? Can't we have another option in the process as we wait?
There are very many options and mode of payment that we can choose check, we can choose cash, or direct deposit and the rest, and or pay cards. But then it depends on your relationship with your employer. One, your employer will incur cost in making sure that your money reaches your account. And yet there's another option of not them incurring cost.
Chop it off me. Chop it off my account, my money.
If you give them the authority to do so, they will do it.
Why is it so hard for them to get that kind of go from me?
Now that's a suggestion that our employer doesn't go through with the employee do not go through with the employers. They don't go into that argument that you cut the cost on me. But normally, because when you cut it on me, then I take it to court. I will still win the case because when you're supposed to pay 400,000, let it be 400,000 in my account, not other charges.
Because there's also been a scenario. There's a place I was working at before I came to UBC, and in that place we used to receive a check. It's given to you from office. It is having the fixed amount you're supposed to get as salary, but surprisingly, when you take it to the bank, transportation first and foremost, bank charges. By then it was 2.5. At the end of it all, I am getting less of my account on my account, and it's all courtesy of those bogus processes of a check given to me handed,
But then you see, our Financial Institution Act only mandates it's only okay with the government to have you have your own choice of which account to bank with and all those. But then privately owned entities, like for instance, privately held or government-owned companies are legally allowed to make most of their own rules. You have all the rights to resign from the privately held or public but non-government owned company and join another company which honors your favorite bank if you don't want to work with them. So, but then if you work in the government and the government and this is happening, then it is very bad. Our government is, your country is a very free country, and its government is okay with its people, its citizens, and honors the interests of its citizens. They allow you to bank with any bank you want. They'll direct your money and pay it there. They will incur the cost and pay it there. But a privately owned company, maybe a bigger company, a growing company, may not want to incur that cost of 12,000 in transferring your funds from this bank to the other bank. And now, supposing you are 20, you are 20 in the company
And different banks.
and different banks. You have like 10 banks, so your account will have to move into those different banks.
Okay.
Unless maybe they're going to be using Swift code and all those, and that will cost them.
That one I think I concur with. But the whole aspect of denying me salary, why not pay me in the meantime, as we wait for my account to mature and become active for use? That is another thing. Now you see, a question. There's actually some comments coming. James Sudio says, "Hi Uncle K and Uncle D. Actually, I see no problem with abiding with your employers as far as transacting with particular bank which they subscribe to. You see, most employers use particular banks for the purpose of acquiring loans, both for the employers and employees. My argument will now be, if in 5 years you work for 3 employees, or employers, sorry, it means you will use 3 different bank accounts, leaving the others dormant." And continues to say, Kent, what Obita is saying does apply to only corporate class and corporate companies and organizations. But in security companies, including police, UPDF, and private security companies, that is a dream.
You see, I want to tell people, you see, maybe, it delay as it, it will delay things, as it has to be done through electronic transfer. Please, what I can advise is that cooperate with your employers. Nothing is wrong in that. You will also get your salary credited immediately. But then,
Mr. Bit, we shall open the phone lines and people are going to tell you their revelations, or rather their secrets about this, how they are suffering, courtesy of the bank changes and things of the sort. You'll be surprised.
no, me, I'm telling you, I've given you a clue. I told you, with the private companies now, it's okay for them to do it. They're legally, they can do it. Before even getting, it's legal for them. Before you join their company, you go through the terms and conditions. That one of them is that you must have an account with them in the bank of their favorite choice. So that is when you should not even complain with us now. I don't expect somebody to call me to call us and say, no, I'm going through this. Because those are things you are required to do. If you do not want to bank with this bank, it's okay for you to reject the job and stay home.
Yes.
But if you want to work, you need money, you have to go through these conditions assigned by your lawyers. But the best thing you can do is go work there, sit there, and make meaningful changes, and let people have the freedom they want to choose to bank with any bank of their choices.
Okay.
When you're already there. But complaining when you have already accepted the agreement, signed, and then you can only resign and leave it, so not to make noise.
Wow.
But all the government is the government of Uganda is okay with anybody who is working with any government officer, that you can bank with any bank of your choice as long as it's within the country.
Hello Kent, what are you talking about? It has happened to me. I was forced to open up an account with Post Bank, yet it is very far from my village. Not good at all. I love magic. Pop is my name, the man from Alangi. He says he was forced to open an account with more, so a bank that is so far away from him. Now actually, let's imagine that scenario, Mr. Bitter. Someone has joined the company. Let's say we are forced to have these banks that you know are so corporate. By corporate I'm meaning they are so much of urbanized and so much of business district, Kampala location. I am then posted up country, let's say Karamoja, and this bank does not have a branch there. The best I can get a branch of the kind is probably by coming down to Lira, to Soroti, to Bukedea. Don't you think you're actually affecting me? Because ATM wise, I can't access my money. Bank wise, institution itself, the whole, I can't access my money. Why not allow me then have a bank of my choice which is accessible in as far as my proximity?
You know, some companies boast to open business in different places, and then meanwhile, you see, it's like in the early 2000, we had Airtel. I mean, Celtel. Celtel was in Kampala.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to buy airtime, there was network across the country. But if you want to buy airtime, you have to come back to Kampala. Come back to Kampala and buy airtime, then you go back to area where you go back to areas like Guise and the rest.
I remember.
But come back and buy from Kampala and go back to that area where the network reaches. Now, those are the things we're going to. Now, you expect a company which is new, and I've opened a branch, has 1,000 employees, and I've opened a branch in Igulu for the first time, and the bank with Cairo Bank. You expect them, or out of 1,000, and they have employed more 10, so you expect them to have another. They have one click to pay them at once. One click, account will just go and order one click.
Yeah.
All the employees are paid.
Yes.
So you don't expect them to open another 10 account for 10 people in their favorite bank somewhere, and yet that will confuse the accountant with records.
But that is the job they do. An accountant is supposed to bank and bench the whole bit of what we call confusion,
But
because that is why they're paid.
You're taking the company's money. The company is making business. They do not want to lose. Your company doesn't
Why
want to
am I paid? If I wasn't doing anything, then they wouldn't pay me. But I'm paid because I am.
That cost of payment hints of any coin on the side of your employer. That's why most employees get sent off their duty, because you do not comply with the rules and regulations of your employer.
The terms and conditions.
Any simple mistake you make brings the company down. Any single coin you steal from the company brings the company down. It's the same as corruption in the country. Any single coin you steal from your entity, from your place of work, from anywhere, it brings them down by many years. So your company, in trying to avoid that, at least they'll make you leave that thing. In one point, at one time you get used to it. So you guys, you can get an account with the employer's bank and get net banking facilities in that bank. As soon as salary gets credited, transfer the fund to your desired account. And also, there's a saying that don't keep all the eggs in one basket. In that principle, another account might prove a beneficial
option and alternative.
So when you do that, you help yourself. And also, for me, but it is also not good to. Let me give one trick.
Yeah.
You see, I was one time we were taken to court, and the person who was paying money into my account had to get a guarantee order and blocked my account, thinking there was money. But for me, that's why I left this bank thing. I get my money in my account. You pay me in my card. You credit me. I order your bank to pay me via my cards. I can withdraw my money from anywhere. Nobody has any authority to block it. But your employer can wake up one day that you have made mistakes and garnish your account on court orders, and you don't have access to your account. But if you have another account somewhere, you can withdraw. You can have that as your salary account. When it's credited there, withdraw it and put in your favorite account. It saves you in the long run.
Correct. Some interesting comments definitely still coming, and well, the numbers, that is the 0783 064530 is open now in case you want to share with us. Kent, to answer your question about opening an account in a bank which is not in particular simple. Most banks nowadays do have internet banking and mobile banking, whereby you can transact anywhere in the world, and most banks have got Visa cards which allow you to transact in different relevant banks. My brother, don't just go by most banks, because not every bank is as genuine as you think. A bank will open today and close tomorrow, and you'll be surprised how much you'll be left with if you're thinking about merely going about. I mean, by the way, the banking experience, it will actually prove to you that people want to bank with a bank that is having an affiliation either to a government body or a religious sect, like maybe the Catholic Church or the Anglican Church.
Like for us, the Catholic prefers using Centenary Bank.
You see?
Now the Protestant prefers using
Equity Bank, yes.
Among others.
Then the Illuminati have okay, that one. Jethro Zephaniah here on Twitter says, I don't really support that, but instead the employers themselves should make sure that they liaise with all the possible banks so that employees can have a choice as well. Meanwhile, Brian Mulindwa Mwanga says, employees, you didn't know, are missing out on something. which is the employers get commission on those that are signed up by the bank. Could it be that is another reality we are missing out on? Employers are actually getting commission every time more of the kind are actually subscribing to that bank where they actually compel employees to subscribe and bank with.
Yeah, I think there is some rates which are reduced. Yeah, those bank charges and other things are reduced, and they operate cheaply, way back cheaply from other people. That is one of the benefits they have. But then you see, I would suggest you have the say. You have the say in this issue, but you should be in good terms of your employer. You can exercise your rights, but it is okay to agree with the mutual benefits. You don't have tension with you. See, if you maintain the account in the employer's bank, like I said earlier, the salary would be credited immediately along with all other colleges. The employer would instruct, would do sometimes more than a day or a reason that shows you prefer to get your money. Sometimes your money can take long to get there, like you said, a week or those, and the reason you are given will not be pleasing you, and you may not be happy with it, and yet you need money very fast. Your colleague has got that. This is what happened, by the way. Most places, if you have different bank accounts, some people get you when you have not got. You get after a week or two, even more. So be in good terms with it. This is just to be in good terms with the employer. If you don't want, you have the freedom to choose your own bank. But the employer has the authority. They notify you. For us, we prefer this bank for easier transactions. But if you want this other, if you have another bank of your choice, it's okay for you to do it. But they emphasize that you do it with them, so that the rate and everything, the flow of everything runs smoothly.
All right, messages are coming through on 783-064-530. As of course, Mr. Obita continues to enjoy a bit of the highlights from the IAAF. Remember, Uganda is going to be taking part. We have Chemutai, we have Nanyondo, we have Halima, Nakai, all of them in action. And those are finals. We shall be getting there a little later in the day. But of course, some highlights coming our way in studio here. Hi Magic, thanks for the show. If they don't want people get no we better use mobile money. Is it in the whole bit of the institutions, the Financial Institutions Act? Does payment with the phone? And how about when you get it? Recently, I had a couple of colleagues getting money. They did not sign anywhere, much as they're entitled to that money. And the best as evidence is the SMS they got, probably plus the mails they are going to get in their, on their email, indicating that they are paid this amount for this kind of, attachment. Where else does it actually come that they can actually prove they actually received money?
As for now, in our country, that is not allowed. We have not recognized it yet. See, but I heard a month ago, Governor Manuel Mutebile was talking about it and said they're going to formalize it so that it's recognized that you can use mobile money or any other thing to do that. But then, for now, we know what we have is that we need proof of payment. You can pay by the bank. You can do cash. Come and sign or do me check and about for mode of payment that is recognized. Cash, check, pay cards, and then direct banking. That is what we know.
0783-064-530. We shall be getting more of your answers as well as your experiences. A couple of colleagues that are into the sector of security tell you, or rather will tell you, they have actually suffered the most in this. And they wonder why. Could it be securities handled as an entity, a fraternity, more so security, private security firms? These are the same guys.
Wasn't underlooked.
These are the same guys that sign contracts of, let's say, about 800,000, between 500 and 800,000. But at the end of the day, they will take home less than 200,000, courtesy of the bosses taking the rest of the 600 to be just to estimate to an estimation of 600.
You see, in most cases, security works in the country. Security works, especially these are local companies. One is that what we know about them and what people have known, they think that people who go and work there are people who have not gone very far in education. Say maybe hold a degree or a diploma, or because even the mode of recruitment is it's not that you must be learned to do that. Some people are in security works and they do not even have any educational background, but they're trained, they've been recruited, trained, and given the job. Now that alone makes it has been on record that we have undermined them, especially the security people, those who do security work. We have undermined the people who do security work, and we do not pay them well, because we think they're not going to school. But then there's one thing behind. Everyone has a living. Everyone is alive. At the end of the day, all people will die. You get so but that is why we need in the country so much that we need to have the minimum wage bill passed, and it is an effort that everyone should fight for. We must fight for the minimum, so that when anywhere whether you're doing security work, you need to survive. There is some limited amount of money you must get. Your company must pay you, however little it is. At least think of every security guard must be paid at least from if you're planning to employ. Because if you don't cut this down, they are paying security guards at 100 shilling, and there are very many, and people are very many who are lacking job. And this is why most security companies are taking advantage of these people. They do not pay them well. They do not even honor any request. You get to a security company and they remove your national identity cards and does not allow you to go, and ask you to even pay for the boots and the protective gear and the rest.
The uniform.
The uniform and the rest. This is what is happening. There's this security guards security group near this place. If I should mention it, because it happened in somebody I know. They got him here in Naguru near Sport, that area I think. They got this boy, took him there, recruited him, got his identity card. The first day, when you sleep, if you slide and sleep off duty, you are deducted 10,000 shilling. So this guy went on first day on duty, first time on duty. He doesn't even have protective gears. He was told to pay for protective gears. He has got job. The job is 150,000 shilling. You're asked to pay for that about 60,000 shilling. You do not have that money, and you're supposed to work and pay for it. So that your first salary will be around 90,000 shilling. And on that 90,000 shilling, you every day. So now that boy went on first duty where he was given the uniform, an old uniform, and he also paid 60,000 shilling. Plus other protective gears, and then on the first day he slides and he slipped off. He took a nap around 4 a.m.
I hope the gun wasn't stolen.
He wasn't having the gun for the first day. So they got him and said, okay, fine, we have got to sleep in this 10,000 shilling. Now what rings in the guy's mind, like, okay, I'm now left with 80,000 shilling. Now what if tomorrow I will be left with 70? By the end of the month, I will be in credit to the company, because at the end of the month I might have saved like 10 times, and I'll be in credit of more 20,000 shilling to pay to my that will go into my next month. So why do I work? The boy decided to move away and leave the job. He asked them, give me my identity card, I want to leave the job. I do not want this job. And they refused to give him. They never wanted to give him until after some good struggle. So most security companies undermine the people they call their security guards. They do not do that. What they want is to make money, and yet they hire them very expensive here in town to guard some places. So we need to learn that the people who employ them are very important to us, and they also, at least there is somebody somewhere who is building their ambition because of them. So let's pay them well. Let's honor them. Let's honor them their life, and give them the appropriate treatment that we expect.
Actually, someone was asking me about Solomon Serwanja. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, it must have been yesterday, He won the BBC Conla Duma Award 2019 for that documentary he did, Stealing from the Sick. It was a very wonderful documentary, which I'm sure many of the government entities must be happy about, because often people say there was no medicine in the hospitals and the likes, but this particular one are proving wrong and showing that indeed there is a lot government has done, but it's people that are playing it dirty. Magic, hello.
Yes, hello.
Good morning to you, Sebo.
Morning, Uncle Guy.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good, how are you there?
I'm okay, Sebo. We are good with Mr. Bitter.
This is a Paul from Alamisa County, somebody secret navigation.
Yes, my brother Paul.
Before I give my comment, may I know what is the profession of Obita?
I am an environmental scientist. I studied environmental health
And the policy analyst.
and I'm a policy analyst.
But of course, policy analysis is not a profession.
It's not a profession, but I'm also a journalist. Both. I studied 2 courses. So professionally, I am an environmental scientist. I can be a private doctor. I can be an environmental health assistant in your hospital or district health inspector, whatever you call it. That is me, myself, and I.
Yes, Pop, you can go ahead.
My comment is, sometimes back I was in Kampala.
Yes.
I was working with a second company. The company forced me to go and open my account with using First Bank. However, to get First Bank, like in my region, it's not like in 2 places. You go to Pakwash, you get it, and from where I stay to Pakwash is something over 30,000. That is only like 2. And then I may spend more than 60,000. So again, another one is in Arua. From my home to Arua is again another problem. So I ended up also forcing myself to open an account using that bank of which, and if you go home, like you find maybe in case of like an emergency problem to happen, like you go home and then you find like maybe like you left with 2 days to get salary. So in that kind of situation, you see something very difficult for you to be helped by the company, and not only even the company. And this is with the soldiers, it happened to me too. With the soldiers, they just put like you're involved. They just count according to, there is something they call in there, whatever they are, koi 1, koi 2, they put you according to the range of your height. So you be in height, different level of height, and then they will take like maybe koi 1, people they call that a little bit short, so the shortest people in that group, and then they take like these people you go to Centenary Bank, and then this koi you go like maybe to DFU Bank, you go to the other bank, so if that are not really afford, that's when they're just forcing you, and then for you to give you an option or opportunity to choose the bank which is relevant to you, which is approachable in your region or in your villages or the district, they don't do that. And then like for you to change, it needs to again like to go to the sergeant, you go to who. So I'm still confused to run on that. Although I'm talking something which has not happened, but to me it has happened. Or if it has not happened to some people, but I don't know. But to me it has happened to me. Even up to now, it's difficult for me to change the bank. So it is not only the company which is doing that, it is even the government which is doing that for real. So I'm confused on that.
No, we are still sharing on that. Don't you worry, Pop. We shall see. As we continue sharing these revelations, maybe perhaps one would be the same kind of scenario, and perhaps a way forward would be pushed forth.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sebo. Now, Mr. Vita, as Pop was sharing, I got reminded of something within my head, and that is actually something to do with the whole bit of oh my God, it's actually skipping me, yet I wrote it somewhere. The whole bit of the banking, and those days, if you actually skipped banking and transacting on an account, it would accumulate surcharges and the likes. Then within a short while, you would be picked for failing to actually oblige to, because an account continues growing. Even if I say now I'm no longer using this account, with time I will be negatives because the bank is charging its kind of surcharges and other service service charges. They used to pick people. Is it still the case today?
No, it's not the case. For instance, by the DFC bank, if your account becomes dormant, they close it. and if you need it, you go and so that is to save you from having more, going debited to the bank. They cannot, because it used to be if you 1,500 shilling per day per month. So if you go dormant and you're not paying the money, you're not transacting, you're not using the account, they cut you off those days. I don't know these days, but you can. But then the best thing you can do is that if you're not going to use your account, please go and close it. Please go and, because this will affect you as a political in the near future. You have opened an account in 2010, and every month has been shopping 2,000 shilling for bank charges and all those.
Yes.
And by in 20-50 years, you'll be having a lot of money to pay the bank. And
Magic, hello. Good morning. Yes, please.
There's something else to understand later.
Yes.
I'd like to confirm also not from you. The rate or the amount of this bank, like, okay, like I think it's supposed to be the consistency of Bank of Uganda.
The coefficient, yes.
Yes, like you find in some other banks when you're withdrawing, even though you have ATM or you're going on counter, you still need to have hopefully some 10,000 on account above. But some banks, if you're withdrawing using the ATM, we can only take like 5,000, 3,000. This is the equity bank I have seen. And even with the DSP, it is not like the one Post Bank and the rest bank, which is whereby you need to use 10,000 above. So now my complaint comes.
Is why they have differences in the minimum amounts to leave on the account and minimum transaction fees. Okay.
You see with that, when you go to here, say here at Forest Mall, there is corporate banking.
Yeah, true.
I go to my ATM, I withdraw money, I am charged 10,000 shilling.
True.
In the other bank, you're being charged 500 shilling. That's corporate banking. So it depends on which bank you are in and where you're doing your transactions from. That varies.
Okay.
That one has a, and then our brother Pope talked about the military thing. You see, when in the force, you see in the army, they say, listen to your commander. Preach what you know to the person who is under you. That's a flow of command.
Okay.
And when you're in the military, in the force, there is a command you must abide by. And you see with the military.
Well,
So
let's talk to Moses Kaziba online here. I was about to say Magic Mo. Good morning, Mr. Kaziba.
How are you?
We are fine, sir.
you've eaten your money
The
alone.
person who talk about the military, the forces.
Yeah.
Is he a military man?
He said it. He actually said it. Although we wanted to as well come through and ask him to not to speak without authority, because he can't speak on behalf of the military. As
Because you see, when we talk about coins, that they say if you are 5 feet, you go to 5 feet and you call it A. Those who are 5.5 call it B. But you see what I know. If you, when in this meeting, we are trying
yes.
and you open an account, they cannot advise you to open another account in a bank which is not around the body. What is the place?
That is realistic.
So if for you say that you are forced, because you want to open in Stanley, which is not in near certification, and since they have done bad, then that means you have a problem with it. But Uganda is a computer transformation. That you are management.
Oh my God.
And you believe in dealing.
Yeah, we actually do deals by that.
You deal with the banks and you get your commission. They were going to say, asikagenda gesani amaleko. And then someone, when you enjoy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kazu. I actually have a great gentleman following the show. That is Okema Walter Adiebo. Oh my God, this guy is very amazing. He actually sent us a message earlier on, and he was that he's enjoying the moments. And Noah saw Obita's breakdown. He says, "Can I ever be off the radio? You guy can't. You remind me of Mr. Figo of radio ruling in Gulu." I don't know that radio, but I'm actually happy to be affiliated to someone. There's a message here as well. Magic and Moses, which means we are a borrowing country, and mobile money is better than a bank. So he says here, Moses. Not so sure which Moses, but he says it means we are a borrowing country. Mobile money is better than a bank. But of course, in the financial institutions and the employment acts, it looks like mobile money is not the kind of way you can pay. Only that, with exceptions, and areas like we've talked about, hard to reach areas, there is a way they run about that whole issue and make sure the money reaches the person at their kind of doorway. That is the phone and maybe any other kind of option.
See, Mr. Kaziva gave a very good example we should take from him when he talked about the military and asked Pope whether he's
just a moment, he's actually returned, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Kaziva.
Yes. So again.
Yes, please.
We have a group which makes at the end,
A group that
like group the money. The cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I asked you about those people.
those guys were supposed to come back to studio, but they've been a bit busy.
People are thieves and mafias.
We shall look for them and bring them back on air one of these days. At least one of the groups.
But you tell them you are mafias, you are thieves, you are dealers.
No, we shall leave that to you. When they come through, you will be the one to tell them.
You let them so that they come and we tell them that they are mafias.
Yes, Mr. Bitter, you are making a submission.
So as I was telling you, with the military, they advise you.
Oh my God.
You know, when you're in the like Koi A, Koi B, and the top head knows that you'll be deposited in this area. So they know the bank in that area. So when they advise you go and open in this bank, they know your movement in the country. They are your bosses. They know where you'll be in the next move.
So we could say it's a military move,
It's a military
and that is
move,
okay.
and that is very okay. Even in the police, when they know in the near future, we think we hope to send this person in this area, and in this area there's this bank. For now, they will tell you open Centenary Bank, not knowing that they'll send you in my village where there's Centenary Bank. But for you, you'll be crying that they're mistreating you. So Pop, be on standby. He may move to your best destination soon. You see, the whole of this commentary does indeed make it quite clear what is intended. You see, if you require direct deposit, you can't specify the bank. If you give a choice of direct deposit or check or cash, you can require that direct deposit, but that direct deposit be at your bank. And you see, with the payroll system, an employer, including the financial institution, may require, may not require its employees to receive their salary by direct deposit to any other particular institution. An employer may require direct deposit of salary by electronic means if employees are allowed to choose the institution that will receive the direct deposit. So it is based on rules and mutual understanding between you and your employer. And alternatively, an employer may give employees the choice of having their salary deposited at a particular institution designated by employer, by employees, or receiving their salary by another means. Maybe say as by check or cash. So you have all those options. You can say, no, me, I cannot, I don't know how to use the bank. I can't afford the bank thing, I cannot move to the bank, I prefer mine by cash. And of course, you'll be paid by cash. Your accountant will process your money and have you sign your money at your thing. That is option. You can also choose to set, like for me, I have told me I use as my card. I am not in any bank as of now. If my money is already paid by the card, so it's upon me to go and check, and my accountant can notify me we have.
So how does your card work?
I go to any bank and get my money.
Oh, Oh,
I
just like
can,
just like Visa cards
Visa
that
cards,
give you access to all.
yes.
all
I go to any bank and withdraw my money. I can do with shopping. I can withdraw whatever.
There's a gentleman who was talking about, I think it was Pop, he was talking about the aspect of why the fees differ. You know, you go to a counter in one bank, it's 3,000 shillings deducted off you. Go to a counter in another bank, it's less than that amount. Use an ATM, do an ATM transaction in one bank, 200 shillings is what they chop you for whatever you do. In another bank, use an ATM, 2,000 shillings chopped off you. What causes that bit of variation? And as well, the bank charges. I will bring that in on my part. Bank charges we have seen, for example, some banks will charge you 2,000, others 2,500. Why that variation?
I've seen a school that charges its bank.
And I understand the bank charge is actually for the bankers. It's
for the, yes.
It's for the bank as an institution. Kwebalia.
It's for the bank, and for
that's
me,
like Offerton.
I develop feelings that sometimes school or institution that has high bank charges, for instance, 5 shilling on a school on bank charge of a school. I think such school and the bank has some deal somewhere. Because the bank charge me, I'm coming to pay. You're saying you're stocking my account, so and you're charging me 5,000 to bank with you as a bank, just a mere bank charge. I think that is something we need to revive. You know, that is how.
Why are you charging me first and foremost? Yes, I'm already banking with you.
I assume that is how corruption has insisted.
It has come in a modern pattern
in our country, because if the bank charges are 10,000 shilling, an admission form to get to a school is 300,000 shilling, and it is non-refundable. That is another style of...
Even getting an ATM card from a bank is worth some money. Losing it, the replacement is worth it, but getting it is money.
Is money.
So what are you giving me?
I don't really know why they should do this. I really do not like it, and I think it is against our law of the land, the Financial Institution Act, because if I'm banking with you, I'm supposed to get free services. Every service I'm getting from you is supposed to be free, and I only pay for some other charges.
So in your final bit of remarks, what advice are you giving to you know, the victims of this whole bit of fracas? Employer has a bank they do subscribe to, forcing you into it. You are delaying on your payments courtesy of not being in the same bank. What should they do?
Well, for me, I only have one thing to say, that there's nothing like that. Everyone has a choice in the mode of payment that they want, and your institution or your company cannot dictate how you wish to be paid. So you have the voice, you have the choices of how you want to receive your money. So if you want it by bank, you have the choice to decide which bank to be paid. But then, for the sake of your employee, for a mutual understanding, you need to sit down with them to agree with them. And agree with them, understand their condition, understand why, ask them why. In most cases, we don't know, we enter into problem without asking them why. Most of these companies, when you ask them today, they tell them we give those options, but our employees do not come to ask us why, and they do not ask us that, they do not give us their interest or that they want to bank with this bank, but they only go with ours, and they feel it is dictating, it is not okay for them. So once sit with the employer, have understanding, it is very okay for your employer to keep good track records and proper accounting with you and their bank, which is okay for them for the documentary and all those. So work with your bank and be good.
Okay. Love, work with your bank and be good. But of course, other comments have come my way a little late though. If the company is a well-paying company and cares about its workers, it does what they call transfer, and I think it's better that way. I'm a victim of today's hashtag. This is actually someone that doesn't want to be mentioned, says don't mention me, but I'm a victim probably because of the attachments they have to their workplace. Well, let me see. I can see Fidelis, who says, for me, I've never opened a bank account, I've never received money in a bank, and I've never gone into a banking hall. He's actually following the show from Paradise Saloon in Kamocha. He says he's never gone to a bank, never used one, never wishes to, because he thinks, actually at the bottom he says bankers are fraudsters. Hi. Okay. Okay. And then, of course, I think the message that calls it quits for now, as we get into the sports series. I think for this time around, you have to respond to this gentleman. He says that, Obita, I wish I knew your pin. That is Dennis James Idiom Odiom.
I can give you my pin, but where will you get
The card?
The card. Well, maybe if you're my grandmother, you know, keep it.
Hello?
Let's probably talk to one final person here. Magic, hello?
In fact, I have remembered that one who said that these banks,
Are fraudsters.
yeah, it is true. You see, it is a school. You are putting that money on the account of the school. The school is their client, which means it is depositing. You deposit on behalf of the school,
Yeah.
but they charge you. That is that. So just in a glance, because it's like, I mean, the person, the owner of the account is your client. They are putting the money on the account of your client. That's why you charge me.
Wow.
They have caused people, very people their money. All schools are dealing with this bank too. Some people,
Oh, the
their
network.
money for
The network Mr. Kaziba is having is not the best. But, Mr. Peter, we need to be out of studio. But one bit of a question. Is it true that salary is delaying? There is a possibility whoever is paymaster connives with the bank to make profits off the delayed amounts of money? Because there is a possibility the money is kept on an account, and on that account, probably it's yielding an interest, maybe after a particular period, like say a month. Could it be true? There is that connivance of paymaster bank vis-a-vis the employee?
Now, when your salary is submitted to the bank and maybe it is not reflecting in your bank, sometimes maybe your bank has gone into
Recession?
situation and then it has to make more money, then can get it back. So that's why we bank with the bank, but the bank uses your money. People go to the
That
bank and
means
borrow.
an employer can even hold my money just to make that profit with the bank. They share together, right?
That does happen. You see,
Oh my.
you see, I was with one of my mentors sometime back. Amam Mbabazi. He says, you know, rich people, if they want to kill the economy, know what they do?
No.
They keep their money at home. They do not bank it, because when you bank your money,
Wait. I didn't know I was killing the economy. I actually practically keep money at home.
yes, you are killing the economy.
So I'm rich. I didn't even know I was rich.
Yes,
I have
you are-
about
you are-
2,000 shillings at home.
You're very rich.
And
Because you see, when you put your money in the bank, a poor man will go and borrow it and will make profits out of it and give the bank. The bank and the poor man will borrow the bank. The bank gives your money to the poor man. The poor man will borrow it, will make profits out of it. The bank eats it. He also takes it, and you get you
So
have
you
kept
get back your money.
you have kept your 100,000 shilling in the bank. I will go and borrow your money, 100,000 shilling. I start the chapati store and make 200,000 shilling. I refund back to the bank 120. I have a profit of 80,000 shilling. I go move with that. That is how the rich people have kept our economy down. They don't want to bank. They want to keep their money in their house. So if you want to mistreat people, keep your money in the bank. Keep your money at home. If you want to excite the economy, give it to the bank will make profits.
Wow.
And other people around you will also get the same money.
Catch you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being part of the show. We'll be here again 6 to 10 o'clock. It will be hashtag 9 to 10 o'clock. Breakfast, it is. Sports series up next. Don't you touch your dial.
The hot stock on Magic Breakfast.
Yeah, not to mistreat people. Keep your money at home.
No, but it's a fact. Me, that much I know. There's a friend of mine, he's a banker in the Opportunity Bank.
Yeah.
He told me he doesn't keep money in a bank. Why? They're chopping money off you.
Yeah.
That money, if you add up, by the time you put 1 million, you'll find a 900, all 100,000 is gone.
It's gone.
He's a banker, but he doesn't keep money in a bank. He doesn't. He buys assets, and he's concentrated there.
To cap it off,
My assets.
brilliant brilliance from Sudio.
Near miss. Glorious ball.
Did we say bye?
Let's see, they let us speak secrets.